Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to do a quick video just talking about something I have to kind of admit to all you guys that I'm not sure how some of you will feel, especially movie and horror fans, but I do have to come clean. So I'm a really big fan of Rob Zombie's movies. I actually like his music. I thought American Music Made to Strip By was a great remix album. God Lives Underwater is on that album, who are excellent. One of my favorite bands. And just in general, I do like his music. I don't like love it or anything, but I do like it. And his movies, I am into. I do like them and look forward to them. So this sort of goes against the grain with most horror fans, but I did want to talk about them briefly. So, in case you don't know, Rob Zombie redid Halloween. He in 2007 did Halloween Over, and then he did a sequel, Halloween 2. Admittedly, Halloween 1 is better than Halloween 2, but I think it's a great movie. Some people do knock it for kind of showing Michael Myers' past and humanizing him. They've always referred to him as of like an evil entity and the shape, and they don't talk about where he came from, sort of, or how he grew up, where this movie sort of touches upon, well, definitely touches upon that. The second one sort of goes off track with some like hallucinations and some unicorn crap. Um, Rob Zombie always tends to throw his wife into movies, who I do like, and I think she plays the part well in certain films, but she's also kind of thrown into the Halloween series in some regard, haphazardly. So it's pretty much just a Halloween reboot. He shows off Michael Myers being a child and what happens to him and how he starts to kind of flip out, um, end up in a mental institution, and then become this evil entity. I think it's a great film. I really like the first one. The second one I like too, but it, like I said, kind of goes off the rails a bit. So I would recommend the first one. The second one, if you're a big fan of the first one, you'll probably like it, but it's not really um, up to most people's speed. I did see the newest Halloween film, so I may do a video about that soon as well. Another one that Rob Zombie did, which he's probably most well known for, without being in the Halloween franchise, obviously, is The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. This is a Canadian Blu-ray release where they included both discs in the package, but in the American releases, I believe they are just single movies. So, House of a Thousand Corpses is the first film, and it's about these teenagers who go to this like sideshow attraction with this clown, Captain Spaulding, and there's all like, dead things and creepy stuff. And then they end up getting kidnapped and they end up in this house of this crazy family who, you know, ties them up and tortures them and submits them to like all this evil stuff. It sort of has a little bit of a weirdness going on where it feels similar to something like, let's say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it also goes off into this weird stuff with like Dr. Satan and all these people, these creepy, like, I don't know if they're demons or just people that live underground that are just really like mentally disturbed and like torturing people. So it kind of goes off into that atmosphere in House of a Thousand Corpses. And I would say the most reminiscent is probably something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you like that film, you may like that kind of angsty um, chase kind of feeling from this movie. I thought it was very good. It was one of the first movies I've seen that Rob Zombie had done and that his wife was in, Sherry Moon Zombie. So the sequel is Devil's Rejects, which has a very different tone. It's about the bad people from the first film going to this like hotel and torturing and kidnapping these people, and the people trying to get out and get away and fight back. And then eventually I don't want to kind of spoil this. The Devil's Rejects, the main people from House of a Thousand Corpses, being on the run and trying to get away from the police. That's sort of the gist of it. So it's a very different feeling than House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses almost feels sort of like an acid trip in a way. Not that I've ever done acid, but I can imagine uh, just very evil, over the top, gratuitous violence, um, Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of feel, where this family is in bed with these like demons and weird people that are like the town folklore of people that like murder people and kill people and torture them. And the second one is just more of a smaller scope of them uh, kidnapping this family, as I said. So it's a very different feeling between the two, but the family does carry over from the first one to the second one, and they are making a third one now called, I believe it's called Devil's Third. So I look forward to seeing that soon. Um, Another one that Rob Zombie came out with, which really came out to bad reviews, but I really enjoyed, was The Lords of Salem with Sherry Moon Zombie. Again, because he puts his wife in everything, and she's sort of attractive in a sort of white trash sort of way, and I mean that in the nicest way. She's pretty, but she's sort of trashy looking in a sense. Um, this movie is about Sherry Moon Zombie and her two radio disc jockey friends. It's the black guy from Devil's Rejects, and this other guy named, let's see if his name is on here, that Jeff Daniel Phillips. And they're radio disc jockeys. They get this new record, and it's from the Lords of Salem, and it's this crazy record. It's like over the top, sort of black metal. And Sherry Moon Zombie starts to see things and hear things, and in the background of the film, you start seeing crazy stuff. And by the end of the film, it all starts to take shape. It's a very slow burn film, sort of like something maybe from the 70s. If you like movies like The Witch or Hereditary, I would probably recommend this movie. If you like fast, action paced with things happening all the time, you most likely won't like this, excuse me. But I think it's a great film. It's a great slow burn, very creepy, lots of weird stuff. By the end, it starts getting weird and perverse, and it really gets out there. But if you like things again like Hereditary and The Witch, check out The Lords of Salem. It will probably be up your alley, and it's a great Rob Zombie film. And finally, this is something I rewatched the other day that people also trashed that I enjoyed, and it's 31. 31 is a very kind of small in scope film about these rich bourgeois type of people who capture people and put them in almost like a Saw type atmosphere where they're getting attacked by these weird people, tortured and killed, and there's bets being placed on each of the people in the game. So Sherry Moon Zombie again, and again I like her, but it's just funny that he puts her in like every film. Sherry Moon Zombie and these other people that you may recognize from other films. One of them is Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter, who I'm a fan of, but in this movie I thought he was a little silly. He plays a Jamaican guy, and they put these people in this sort of, it's almost like a haunted house, kind of like something you would do on Halloween, and the people get tortured and like chased and killed, and it's a very small scope. As I said, it's not like this big area. It's sort of a small area, and there's this great character. What's his name? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Damn it! There's this great character being played by Jeff Daniel Phillips in this again. I can't think of his name. Anyway, it might be Richard Brake, but I can't recall. That plays this really great, like, homicidal maniac who is called upon by this, like, bourgeois, over the top rich people who run this game or this show. So it sort of has like a mixture of something like Saw with the Running Man in a sense, but like horror, not sci-fi. And all these like crazies are attacking these people and trying to kill them and take them out. And there's all these bets and wagers going on by these bourgeois people about who's going to kill who and what their odds are. It's really cool. It's small, but it's creepy, and I really like the main character in the film. Let me see if I can look him up real quick so I can tell you his name. But he plays a great character. He's very over the top and nuts, and I think he really didn't get enough recognition for this film that he should have. Give me 1 second here. His name is. His name in the movie, I believe, is it Doomhead? Um, Doomhead. And his name in real life is Richard Blake or Brake. Hold on. Brake. I've never seen this guy before. He plays a really great, creepy, atmospheric character. He's really like a low life. He feels messed up. The way he chases these people and how he acts and how violent he is really cool. If you like films where people are being tortured, or like I guess they call it torture porn, check out 31. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I really think Rob Zombie is good. I really enjoy his movies. I think that he has a similar feeling in all the movies where everyone's sort of trashy. Again, Cherry Moon Zombie. Everyone's sort of trashy and has this um, trashy kind of low life atmosphere. But this one's different in a sense. They're all kind of different. You know, Halloween is very different than Devil's Rejects and Lords of Salem, which are different than each other. And then 31 just feels different as well. But he has that always like low life atmosphere where these people are kind of crazy. So check them out if you haven't seen them. Give them a chance. I know people are a little close minded when it comes to Halloween because they do have a love for the franchise. But if you keep an open mind, I think it's a pretty cool reboot, even though they stopped after two and they never continued. And now they've just done this new sequel that takes none of the other films into account. So let me know what you guys think of Rob Zombie and his films. I know most people aren't fans. Thank you guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.